going on, vinyl community? And what's going on, Chris? Brother Fitzzy72, 100 subscriber contest already? Damn, boy! Didn't you just join yesterday? That's awesome, man. Chris, congratulations. Couldn't have happened faster or to a better dude. And you know, I'm seeing so many 100 subs contests pop up, and I just think it's killer all the way around. You know what I mean? It just... I'll say the same thing that I say to anybody. You know, I don't think people sub just to sub. I definitely am of the impression that people sub because they like what they're seeing, because it's coming consistently, and because you know what you're talking about and you're showing some good stuff. You're adding value to the community. And Chris, you add value, in my eyes, these eyes, both of them, see them? To the vinyl community. And I think it's killer. I dig the stuff you show, I dig the way you talk about it, and I dig how you show it. Most of the time, I think you did a topless video that kind of, I think I tried to watch that in the wrong place in the wrong time, and I had to table that one for later. But I mean, you got dressed again. We all go a little crazy sometimes, right? So it's all good. To boot, Chris, you came up with a killer idea for a thread. The perfect side of music. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been around here for almost 3 years. I don't think I've ever seen that thread. And it's near impossible to come up with a thread at this point that hasn't been done. And this is one that I was like, wow, man, that's awesome. And there's a few out there like that right now that I'm just blown away by. But I'm gonna cut to the chase and get to this. What is the perfect side of music? You set the needle down and you are just in a heavenly place for the next 24 minutes, right? Man, what a great idea. What I did find when looking through albums to pull out my choices, I pulled 5, alright? I won't show 50, I'll keep it light. Is that a lot of these are formed or were formed during your formative years. It's the stupidest thing I've ever said. When you had a chance to really sit down and absorb and take it in. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of that is when you're growing up, there's no distractions. You know, it's just a boy or a girl and their room, their stereo, no distractions. And that's when you just connect and you listen to it over and over. You don't have money to have a ton of albums, so you have to form relationships with what you have. And you do. And I'm cheating with the first one, and it's U2's Boy. They're holding down the background for us right now. Side 1 of U2's Boy. Woo! U2 hit the scene with a bang. There's not a bad track on this. The whole record's great, but side 1, if I have the choice, you know, you're gonna pick a side to live with for the rest of your life. Once I'm done crying, it'll be side 1. Amazing. Okay, now, the 5 I picked, or was that 6? 5, 6. Black Sabbath, the debut album. Honestly, I mean, from the intro of the bells to Black Sabbath, you are in for something different and sinister. Not only was it that when it came out, but even today, you know, when all sorts of different things have been done. I mean, what have we seen since this? The world has seen Marilyn Manson, the world has seen all sorts of shit. But still, I mean, you drop the needle, those bells hit, you're in for something haunting and epic. And it doesn't let up. The Wizard, Behind the Wall of Sleep, NIB. I mean, side 1 of this album is just the perfect slab of doomy heavy metal that set the blueprint for so much that followed it. Amazing side. I have to put Led Zeppelin 4 in there. Have to put Zeppelin 4 in there. But not side 1. Stairway to Heaven. I love it, but no. Side 2. And it's just the way it flows, and it's always flowed like this for me. Side 2 is, to me, a showcase of all things that make Zepp, and that make the Blimp great. You know, with Misty Mountain Hop is just like a great rock song. They're all working together, and then 4 Sticks, that's like, I mean, Bonzo's Bonanza. Bonham just goes off in that song. And then it kind of tapers down into Going to California, right? And Plant gets kind of just quiet and folky. And then When the Levee Breaks, boom, bop, boom, boom, bop. It's all of them. And there's some stellar work in there from Page. Some bluesy guitar. Side 2 of Zeppelin 4. Woo! Burn the house down. The Doors. A lot of us had our Doors phase in high school. I was no exception. I've been carrying this around since 9th grade. I've read this so many times. And I mean, there was a point where it was like, I wanted to be Jim Morrison. And this is their debut album. This is an older mono copy. Woo, if you haven't heard this album in mono, you gotta find it. I have a newer stereo press, but the original mono is nuts. It's actually kind of cool. Here's the original Electra sleeve. But I mean, just starting with Break On Through, it's just bombastic. Here we are, we're the Doors, end of story. Into Soul Kitchen and then into The Crystal Ship, which I may label my favorite Doors song ever. The Crystal Ship is just so ethereal, it's haunting. 20th Century Fox, Alabama song, right? It's just a bluesy, stomping good time. And right into the epic, full, proper Ray Manzarek keyboard all over the place, Light My Fire. Side 1 of the Doors debut is unbelievable. History making. I don't care if this has been shown or not. I don't care if Miko does or doesn't agree with me, because I know Miko's going to agree with me. And so, Chris, Peace of Mind, side 1 of Peace of Mind is just amazing. Come on, Miko. Come on, Chris. Drop a comment. You know I'm right. Come on. Alright, honestly, Where Eagles Dare. Revelations, probably my favorite Maiden song ever. I love Revelations. Flight of Icarus, and then just it ends with a bang with Die With Your Boots On. Man, side 1 of Peace of Mind has always been a favorite. And, you know, it's funny, I'm often asked, what's your favorite Maiden album? And I always give the same answer. I have to pick 2. For Diano, it's Killers, and from the Dickinson period, it is and always has and always will be Peace of Mind. And the last one I'm going to show is Big Country. This is from 1983. This is more of a UK rock album. I put this in with my post-punk and synth-pop and new wave stuff. This is just amazing. And not side 1, although that has In a Big Country, which was a huge hit. But side 2, which starts with Harvest Home and ends with Poor Oh Man. What an amazing side of music. It's got a very Scottish feel to it, but still a rock album in the vein of like U2 or The Alarm, but just better. Side 2, the whole record is great, but this is their debut album, The Crossing. And side 2 of this album is easily one of the finest pieces of music ever recorded for that type of music. You know, that kind of UK big pop rock sound. It's just fantastic. You gotta check it out. I'm starting to see a lot of great videos come in for this. I just watched a couple, and I really hope to keep seeing them coming. Chris, I hope to keep seeing videos coming from you. You're just awesome, dude. Just keep your shirt on, and keep the videos coming, man. Congratulations. Thanks, everyone, for watching, subscribing, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Ciao.